Hey y'all. So I'm looking at the Country Wayne skits. Today is Friday. You ain't got no job and you ain't got a thing to do. You know I got to bring it in like that. Check this out. I was looking at the skit with, I'm gonna talk about two because they were kind of short. Terry, 2 times, had Libby to come to the park and was talking to her, and he was like, how you doing? She was like, I'm glad you had me to come. I was, I kind of wonder why you wanted me to come to the park, but I'm glad because it's so pretty out. He said, yes, it is. And he said, I'm just going to go, go right to the chase. So I ran into somebody that we both know. She's like, yeah. He's like, just take a guess of who it was that I ran into. And she was like, is it a celebrity or is it somebody we know? He was like, it was somebody that you've had sex with. And she said, Kels. She said, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, you know what he told me? He said that you and him have had sex. And she was like, oh, he said, have you and Kels slept together? And she said, well, we have in life. Why would you ask me something like that? He said, I'm not talking about then. I'm talking about recently. And she was like, why would you ask me something like that? He said, Libby, don't play with me. I'm not playing with you. I'm just asking. He said, well, since you don't want to tell me, he told me something. He also said that you're burning. And she was like, hey, what does that mean? He said, oh, okay, you don't know what that means. Okay, you have an STD. And she said, why would he tell you something like that? He said, I'm asking you. Because she was beating around the bush. She was trying to deflect from what he was asking. And she was asking a question with a question because she knows she got something and she's still taking that medication. So he said, well, why would he lie like that? Well, he's upset because we hurt him and what we did to him and stuff like that. So he would love to try to mess up our relationship. He said, okay. I ain't think about that. He said, but also, how would he know that you had a black eye? Well, I don't know. He probably just reaching. Why would he reach and say you got a black eye? Girl, you can't even lie right. You lied. You lied on top of lie on top of lie. Terry know you lying. He said, okay, well, since you had me to take a test, I want you to take one. Okay, I'll take one. I'll make an appointment tomorrow and see if they can see me. He said, don't worry about it. I've already made you one, and I'm going with you. Well, okay. Girl, you're going to have to tell him because you still got it. It ain't gone. So, I don't know what to tell you. But then on top of that, that she just always with some foolishness and stuff. So then and meanwhile, you got D that's still in his feelings about what Tamara dad said to him and asking Momo, what do you think I'll be in 5 years? She was like, owning multiple businesses because you're a businessman. You started from nothing and you know how to just make things happen and stuff like that. See, all she talking about is money. She ain't talking about you being a better person, a more mature man or something. You just talking about money. And he was like, yeah. He said, I like that. Tell me, yeah, you D from the west side, you're gonna always be able to, you ain't gonna never fall because you that man. But the thing is that you stroking his ego and all this stuff, but what's gonna happen when he find out that you've been stroking Rafi's ego too? What's gonna happen on that note? So, I'm like, she reminds me of Shayla and Angelina when Anthony first came over there and they were stroking his ego. So now you stroking D ego. And when D find out the games that you playing, it's going to be a problem. So I'm waiting on all of that. And y'all let me know what y'all think about that.